Okay.
Alright, Tony? Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure the door is secure. Okay. I won't ask you to check in your door mirror, which is something you can do to see if the door's shut. It's because it might not be set up for you. So what I want you to do is just using your left hand, hold the door handle and give it a wiggle for me.
Wiggle.
Yep. You see it's not shut properly.
No, it's a bit rattly, isn't it?
Yep. So what I want you to do is we're going to open it and then shut it securely. So using your left hand, put your left hand on the door handle again. Your right hand on the lever, but don't open it yet for me, Tony. Just look again up the road. Is anyone coming towards us? No. Now look over your right shoulder, because there could be someone driving along. Right over your right shoulder.
Yeah, I see a taxi coming.
Alright, so we'll just wait till they pass. Check over your right shoulder again for me.
Nobody there.
Right, okay, so just pull the lever and open the door and then slam it shut. That's it. Reason why I got you to use your left hand, Tony, instead of your right one is that if it's really windy, the door will fly open, and with your left hand you've got more more control of the door then, really.
Oh right,
okay?
It wouldn't blow out so far.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone out so far.
Sense, yeah.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll do everything else and then I'll show you how you can check if the door's open using your mirrors, okay?
Right.
Okay, so we need to check if the handbrake's on. So this is the handbrake, Tony.
Alright.
Using your left hand.
Yeah.
Just put your hand on the handbrake, hold it like that, and then just pull it up.
Alright.
Right, it's secure. So now we know the handbrake is on.
Alright.
Do you want to just try and pull it up again for me? Will it go up anymore? No. Okay, so it's fully on. And what that means is that if we were on an incline, with us moving about, the car shouldn't start rolling.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, so it's important that you check that.
Yeah.
Okay, you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what I want you to do is we need to adjust your seat so that you can reach the pedals. It's important you do that before we set off, because you don't want to be driving down the road and you realise you can't reach all your pedals correctly.
Oh, right.
And you shouldn't be driving along and adjusting them, okay? So what I want you to do is using your left foot, using the ball of your left foot, just place it on that pedal on the far left for me. That's the clutch. Don't press it down for me yet. Just place it on there. That's the clutch pedal. We'll talk about that in more detail. What I want you to do is push it down for me all the way.
Oh, I can't get all the way down.
You can't push it all the way down. No. Okay. So what we're going to do, Tony, is we're going to adjust your seat position. So put your left hand firmly on the steering wheel for me, right at the top, so you've got full control. And if you just lean forward, there's a lever underneath your seat. Using your right hand, pull the lever up. Now pull yourself towards the steering wheel using the strength of your arm.
I've got to pull the lever first.
Pull the lever up and hold it up and pull yourself towards...
backwards and forwards, isn't it?
No, don't go backwards and forwards. Pull yourself towards the steering wheel. That's it, and let go. Now try pressing all the way down.
Better,
You've got a slight bend in your knee there. Don't keep stomping it down, just press it down once. You've got a slight bend in your knee there. So now you know that you'll be able to reach that pedal, okay? Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll check your steering position, okay? So that might mean adjusting this, your backrest there. So just put your wrists, Tony, like this, resting onto the steering wheel for me. Alright, and you've got a slight bend in your arm there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just put your hands now onto the steering wheel at that 10 to 2 position that I was showing you when I was driving. And you've got a nice, comfortable bend in your arm, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you feed your hand all the way around? Yeah. So it doesn't look like you need to adjust the backrest, but if you did, it's this lever there. If you twist it towards you, it'll go forward. This one? Is it this one?
Oh, the other side.
Oh, right.
Is it like a wheel?
Yeah.
I can feel a wheel.
Yeah, so what you don't want to adjust it now because you're at the right position.
I can have a little bit with it, though, can I?
Huh?
I can have a play with it.
Yeah, but if you did want to, then you could just twist it towards you or away from you. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we want to put your seatbelt on, okay? Because after that we'll need to check the mirrors, but we need to make sure that you're in the correct position before we do that. So again, Tony, I want you to use your left hand, grab the seatbelt from behind your right shoulder. Yeah, it's on that side now.
Yeah.
Grab it with your left hand, the buckle. Using your right hand, pull the belt. That's it. Now bring that buckle round and push it into there, in your side this time. That's it. That's it. Give it a wiggle to see if it's in there securely. Yep. Now feed your thumb through to your shoulder. That's it. There's no twist there, but you've got a twist going across your stomach. So just make sure that's not twisted. It's new seat belt, but you should check when you get a car that there's no damage to the seat belt. There's no fraying or any cuts into it, because it will be less effective and it won't work when you need it to.
Right.
It's important, Tony, that your seat belt's flat on your body.
Yeah.
Okay, with no twists, because again, if we had to stop suddenly, it'd be so sharp it would dig into you and it would be less effective.
I don't know how to do
Okay.
it.
It's important that you wear your seat belt. Okay, when you're driving, it's a legal requirement. And it's also a legal requirement for anybody in their car travelling with you that's 14 or under to wear their seatbelt with you. That you make sure that they're wearing their seatbelt.
So they get prosecuted if they don't wear it.
Yeah. But if they're over 14, obviously you should tell them to wear their seatbelt. Okay.
So if they're under 14, they have to wear it. Otherwise they get prosecuted.
Well, everyone has to wear their seatbelt, but it's your duty to make sure they're wearing their seatbelt if they're underage.
Oh, if they're under 14, it's my responsibility.
Yeah, it's your responsibility to make sure they are wearing their seatbelt.
So I get the fine.
Yeah, if anyone's travelling with you, you should get them to wear their seatbelt, because obviously, you know, if you were to have a collision, they could come flying from the back. They could kill you and themselves as well. So, you know, morally, you do want them to wear their seatbelt as well, Tony.
Yeah, a lot of my mates won't wear them.
Well, you could just say to them, you know, if they're not going to wear their seatbelt, then they can't get that lift to the shops or wherever they're going.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
And, you know, it's...
Get the bus.
Yeah, it's on your conscience, isn't it, if they're not wearing their seatbelt.
On the back of my head if they're not wearing it.
Exactly, that's right, yeah. So that's the seatbelt done. And now we want to check the mirrors. Okay, so using your left hand, Tony, don't touch the glass. Look at this mirror.
All right.
Don't touch the actual glass. I want you to just hold it like that with your thumb and finger. And what I want you to do is just toggle it until you can frame that back window using the frame of this mirror.
All right.
Okay. You should be able to see the road and half land and half sky. Okay, you don't want it pointing up or pointing down, because you won't be able to see what's going on behind you.
No, if I frame the back window, I should be able to see.
Yeah, you might be able to see the head restraints as well, slightly on either side.
Head restraints, what are they?
These, I'll go through them in. Oh, I think.
Right.
I was just doing a bit of.
I just think beyond my head. Yeah, I can see it. I can see a little bit of mine. I can see a little bit of yours.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't even know we had them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to talk about them. But what we'll do, we'll just talk about that quickly now. These head restraints, Tony. Yeah. They're there to obviously restrain your head from going back if you had to stop suddenly.
All right.
So hopefully they'll stop you from getting a neck injury or whiplash. You need to make sure they're set correctly, otherwise they won't be effective.
I don't mind if we're whiplash. You get a couple of grand for that.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't want to do that, because it could be fatal. So just pop your right hand on the back of your head, Tony, to the bit that sticks out a bit.
Yeah. Right.
And then put your head back, and your hand should be in the centre of the head restraint, roughly. Yeah. Yeah. That looks about right.
Oh, these are movable, are they?
They do. If you put your hands over your head like this, like you're holding a rugby ball, you're going to throw a rugby ball, you can lift it up if you need to.
Right. It seems alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems about right, yeah. So good job I mentioned the head restraint, because I would have forgotten about that. That's really important though, you get that adjusted at the same time.
I was thought they were called headrests.
No, they're not headrests, because you don't want to be leaning back and sleeping when you're driving, do you?
No.
They're called head restraints. So it's just to stop your head flying back. Okay, so what can you see in your mirror, Tony?
Oh, I can frame the back window, and I can see, now that I know what they're called, a bit of my head restraint and a bit of your head restraint.
Okay, lovely. And can you see any vehicles up the road?
I can see a vehicle parked up the road.
Okay, lovely. So what I want you to do now is we're going to set the... You took the bloody keys off me. kind of set the door mirrors. You got a right door mirror and a left door mirror.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so they're for positioning, so
Yeah.
you can see the car where the car is behind you. So I think it's
You don't need a key for this.
right. Twist the key.
Oh, you don't need a key for this.
Oh, you don't need the key. Oh, how do you adjust it then, Tony? All right, okay. So you see that toggle there, just by the door lever?
Oh, that one there?
Yep. If you just twist it to the right.
To the right.
To the right arrow. Is that what for?
Towards me or towards the...
Towards you.
or towards the front of the car?
Towards you.
Or towards me.
Yeah,
Alright.
so that means you can then adjust the right one.
Alright.
And then if you just toggle it about, just gently, you want to be able to see about 2 fingers width.
That's a bit like my PlayStation.
Is it? Yeah. You want to see 2 fingers width of the car.
Yeah.
Be able to see 2 fingers width of the car and the rest of down the road.
Alright.
Yeah,
I
can
can
you
see
see
about 2 finger widths. I
Yeah.
can see the door handles.
And you can see the door handle, that's right. So you don't want it out too much because you won't be able to relate what you
I can see a little bit of sky and a little bit of road, is that right?
There, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And what about in your left door mirror? This one, Tony. Have a look in this mirror. Is that set correctly, or do we need to adjust
I
that?
need to move that, don't I?
Okay, so using that toggle again, twist it towards the bonnet of the car.
Alright.
Again, that's it. And then using the same toggle, you should be able to see it again. 2 fingers width of the car, all the way down, and half sky and half ground.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah, and you can see down the road, probably a bit down the pavement.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then just twist it to the middle, that's it, and
Alright.
that's set now. And because we've got your seatbelt on, you haven't had to lean forward or move, and so when you're driving along, you should be able to just glance in your mirrors without turning your head dramatically and see in your mirrors. So do you want to just position yourself like you're driving just glance in your mirrors.
Can you make some driving noises?
That's not necessary.
No.
Just check your interior mirror for me.
Oh, yeah.
Right, now just talk about the mirrors. You see that vehicle that we can see up the road? This mirror is a flat glass, so it's a true picture of what is going on behind us. So when we do move off, it's really important you always check that mirror first, Tony, because it tells you exactly how far the car is behind us, and you can judge how fast they're going.
Right.
Okay. When you then look in your right or your left mirror, depending on what we're doing and what mirror we need to look at, the picture will look different. So just look at that silver car for me and tell me what difference does it show.
Oh, it's not the same silver car. That one's a lot further away.
It is the same car, believe it or not.
Nah, it's
It
not.
is, yeah. Can you see that Mercedes coming up?
Oh, yeah, it's a nice car, isn't it?
Very nice car. It's hard to show you what I mean if it's moving. So we'll use that car that's stationary up the road. It is the same car. How does it look different to you, Tony?
It's miles away.
Looks miles away, so it's smaller.
Yeah.
It's actually the same car. Look back in this mirror.
Nah, it's not.
It is the same car.
Right.
Because that glass, okay, is curvy glass. So it gives you a wider view.
Oh,
but
check off my shoulder and have a look at it.
Oh yeah, have a look over your shoulder.
yeah.
See, believe me now.
Yeah.
You get a wider view, but everything's a bit distorted. So things will look smaller,
Oh, right.
which makes you think they're further away.
Right.
When in actual fact, they're then nearer than you think.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
So
Tony,
it looks further away, but they're nearer than I think.
it's nearer than you think.
Yeah.
It's the same distance as what you can see in this mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that reason, Tony, it's really important that you check this mirror first for speed and positioning. Speed and distance.
Yeah.
And then we check those mirrors for positioning. It helps us to know where the car is.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
It's good for changing lanes in particular. Or we might use it to look for any cyclists or motorcyclists.
Oh, okay. Right.
And motorcyclists and cyclists do look small anyway. So it's really important that before you make a decision, you see how far away they are using this interior mirror.
Right.
Okay? Because they will look even further, and that means they're actually nearer. Okay. So, all right, that's the cockpit drill all done. So do you remember what we have to check when we get in the car?
I've checked the handbrakes on, haven't we?
Yeah, we do check the handbrakes on, but just before we check that, we make sure what's shut properly.
Oh, the doors.
That's it,
Yeah.
the doors, yeah. So we talked about the...
But I'm not worried about that because it's your responsibility, isn't it?
Well, no, because you're the driver, and you might be driving on your own one day once you pass your test.
Oh, will I be responsible for the doors then?
Yeah, so you'll be responsible for the
right,
doors,
yeah,
because obviously you don't want them flying open when you're driving along.
Right.
I already talked to you about the boot door, didn't I? Because you might have gone in there for something.
Yeah, you mentioned my shopping, but you didn't
Yeah.
say that it was... You were going to make me responsible for any of the falling.
Yes, yeah, that's, yeah. It's
I had a look in there, it's your shopping that's in there, isn't it?
yeah, but it is your responsibility as a
right,
driver
okay.
to make sure all the doors are completely shut. And then you said you checked the handbrake. And why did we check the handbrakes on, Tony?
Because you were moving around a lot.
Yeah, that's it.
And the car might move.
The car might move, yeah.
So I just check it's up, isn't it?
Yep, and secure. Yep, that's right. And then how did you check the seating position?
Oh, I put my foot down on that pedally thing on the left, didn't I?
Yep, the clutch pedal, that's right,
And I had
yeah.
a slight bend to my knee.
Okay. And what, whose legal responsibility is it that anybody in your car under 14 is wearing a seatbelt?
Oh, it's mine then.
Right, okay. And if you've got older friends in the car, whose responsibility is it that they wear a seatbelt?
Well, it's theirs, but obviously I don't want to see me or my front seat passenger get headbutted by some tow rag sitting in the back of our seatbelt.
That's right, okay.
So it'd be no belt, no ride, yeah?
That's right, yeah. No belt, no ride.
Bus stop down there, isn't it?
Huh?
There's a bus stop down there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just tell them to get the bus.
Yeah.
And lastly, remind me what glass you've got on your interior.
Oh, it's flat.
It's flat. So
Yeah.
what does that mean when we're looking at...
It means that car behind me looks completely different than it does from looking in those side doors.
But remember, it's a true picture.
Yeah.
That's the true
Yeah.
picture. So that's the one you're going to
What
go...
you see is what you get in it.
Yeah, that's right. And what about the right and left door mirrors? How does that alter your view?
Oh, they're curvy, curvy kind of things, aren't they?
Yeah.
And make everything look smaller, and it makes them all look further away.
That's right, yeah. So you've got to be careful. Why?
Because I can tell from in there that this car behind is a lot closer than it appears to me.
Yeah, so you've got to be careful there when you're making judgments, okay? But you understand about the glass, and so now you know about that. Hopefully that won't be a problem. Okay, so what we'll go on to now is the controls, Tony.
Oh, right, yeah.
Sorry, the foot controls.
Right.
So you've got 3 pedals there. Don't stamp on them or anything. Okay, if you look down, you've got
right.
3 pedals. Don't stamp on them.
Oh, so I've always got to look down these pedals, have I?
Well, no, but just for the first time, so you can familiarise yourself with them. But no, when you're driving along, you don't need to look down at them. You want to get a feel for them. So if we talk about them now, you'll know where they are. So what we'll talk about is, first of all, you've got the accelerator on the far right pedal. Don't stamp on it.
Right.
Can you see that one? It's a rectangle shape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll call that gas for short, yeah? You're going to use that pedal. You're going to press that pedal with your right foot.
Right.
Okay. So just pivot your right foot on its heel and just rest it on the gas, but don't press it down. Okay. That's how you would have your foot ready when you're going to start off. Okay.
Yep.
And then to set the gas, you want to press the gas pedal down just by the width of a coin. Okay. Like a pound coin this thick. Okay. And you're going to press it in increments of that. So if you need more power, remember you said to me you rode a bicycle before.
Yeah.
The more you pedalled, what would happen?
The more knackered I get.
Yeah, but what about your speed?
Oh, it gets a bit faster.
You get a bit faster. Yeah. So that's the same with the gas pedal. The more you press it in those pound thickness increments, the faster we'll go.
Oh, right.
And if you want to slow down, you don't necessarily have to use the brake, which we'll talk about in a second. If you want to slow the car down slightly, you can just bring the gas up by a thickness of a coin.
Oh, it's a bit like my bike going uphill when I stop pedaling.
That's right, yeah, that's exactly right. So we'll just try that now. Don't stamp on it. I want you to just press it down the width of a coin.
Can I have a go see how far it goes down? I'm not going to do any harm more. Will I break it?
You won't break it, no.
All right.
But don't stamp it down anymore. That's okay. So now you know how far it goes. So you actually that shows you that, you know, to reach high speeds, there's only a small journey that pedal goes. So to go slow, you only really want a really small amount.
So I've got to press it down about that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's only a tiny bit, isn't
it? It is a very tiny bit. When you get the car started, you'll see how you can judge that with the sound of the car. But with just now, what we'll do is just I want you to press it down the thickness of the coin.
Yeah.
That's enough. And then another one. That's enough. And that's how you get the car speeding up.
Right.
And if you want to slow down a bit, you can bring it up by a width of a coin. Try that. And then again, try that. And that is how you control that pedal. You don't want to stamp it down really hard.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
And pressing it by one width is what we call setting the gas. So when you do your moving away lesson, and you need to set the gas, that's what you want to do. Just press it one width of a coin.
All right.
Okay.
So if I want to slow down, I can only take it off the thickness of a pound coin.
No, you can bring it up as much as you need to slow
right,
down.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, if you want to, if you're only slowing down a little bit and you want a smoother journey, you can just bring it up nice
Yeah.
and slowly. Okay.
I don't do smooth.
Huh?
I don't do smooth.
No, well,
No.
you can practice that afterwards. So now what I want you to do, Tony, is just leaving your heel in that position. Rest your foot on the middle pedal, which is the brake. Rest it on top. Just bring your foot up a little bit.
All right.
That's
Different
it.
heights, isn't it?
It's a different height. I think that's so that you can't accidentally press the wrong one.
All right.
Okay, because you've got to differentiate between bringing your foot slightly up to put it on the brake. So I'm glad you've done that, so you can see that it's a
Yeah.
different height. So don't stomp down on it now. You see how you've kept your heel in the same position?
Yeah.
That means you can switch between the two. Okay,
Oh,
because
right.
that right foot is the only foot that is going to press those two pedals.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what you can do, don't stomp it down, but just press, using the ball of your foot, press the pedal all the way down so you can see the full length of its travel. That's it. And then
Not very far, is it?
No, not very far either. That's enough stomping. Right, bring it up. And again, like the gas, Tony, when we're braking, you want to press it down the thickness of a coin increments. Okay, so press it now,
All right.
thickness of a coin, and again, thickness of a coin, and again, thickness of a
All
coin.
right.
And that will bring the car to an almost halt, okay? And then as you stop, you want to raise it again one thickness of a coin.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So how do you feel with that pedal? It's a
Yeah,
bit
good,
different with the gas, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels a bit firmer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So when we're slowing down, as soon as you take your foot off the gas to go on the brake, that's like you've stopped pedalling on your bike.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then with your